Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves. You and I are told increasingly we have to choose between a left or right. Well, I'd like to suggest there is no such thing as a left or right. There's only an up or down.
It has been long overdue to expose the truth that the Democrats and Republicans are sucking the life out of America's liberty and usurping our rights at every turn. Now is the time to seize our civil liberties and take back our individual rights. Here on Southern Liberty, we will expose it all. With his musket on his back, the Declaration of Independence in one hand, and the Constitution in the other, here's your host, Roderick Threets.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of What the Hill on good old Southern Liberty Radio. Hopefully y'all had a great weekend, had a great day to start off your week. Hopefully there was not enough drama. But if you didn't have enough drama, come see us here for all the extra drama that we have for you today. First up, shout out to everybody that's listening on the international airwaves. I know a lot of you chimed in. A lot of you going to be in here tonight, so I appreciate you. All that good stuff. Love y'all. Look. Like I said, if you ain't got enough drama in your life right now, ooh, boy, let us tell it. Let us tell it. Let we say what we say, as we always do. Before we do that, though, make sure you, if you're not subscribed to Southern Liberty, make sure you open up your lovely web browser, type in Southern Liberty, and do the click, do the thing, and subscribe. Or you can just go to RoderickThreats.com, RoderickThreats.com, and click on whatever platform you like. And subscribe. We're everywhere. We out here. And if you could share it with a friend, I greatly appreciate it. Get us some more exposure, and then getting the truth out, right? Because I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we're probably the only radio show / podcast that even has a semblance of what monarchy means, or what it is, right? Or even talk about it, because all the other shows and networks and things like that want to talk about how we take control of government and bend the knee of the unwilling to get our way. See, we're tired of that, especially when you get older. Right? I think, what's that old saying? When you're really young and in your, in your 20s, you tend to be more liberal. But then as you get a little bit older, a little bit settled in your ways, you become conservative. But then when you come out the backside of 45, you like, man, everybody need to get out my face. All you, all 10, 5,000, 2 trillion of you, get out of my face, get out of my way. I ain't trying to hear what you're saying. That's the monarchist that comes out of you. Right, because you've dealt with all the bullshit from 18 to 45. You're like, man, y'all crazy, man. Like, y'all want to do what? Oh, nah. This ain't what we doing today. Nah, get out my face, bro. That's kind of, I think that's where our listening, or the core of our listeners are, right? Because I mean, I can fairly say that most of us are over 40. That consistently listens to Southern Liberty and chasing life, liberty, and monarchy, and the experience today. I think all of us are pretty much over 40 for the most part, right? And we're at that phase like, y'all need to just move, just stop. Y'all being extra, right? Y'all being really extra right now. Like, y'all want to make me call you what? Nah. What's your name, bruh? You just nip this in the bud. What's your name, bruh? Your name Aaron? All right, you Aaron. I don't care how you spell Aaron. Aaron or Erin. I don't care which Aaron you spelling it. Your name gonna be Aaron. That's it. I ain't calling you no this is man bullshit. We ain't doing all that extra stuff. Your name Aaron. I ain't gotta address you as no sir, no ma'am, no he, no she, no them, no they, no zay, no them, bim sala bim. None of that addressing you, doing all that. Your name Aaron, bitch. Your name Aaron, and that's how I'm gonna call you. you. Refer to me as they. Your name Aaron, right? I ain't gonna know they or them or them. No, no, no. I am not a genie. And I'm not granting you no wishes like Aladdin.
Certainly not. I'm certainly not rubbing on your bottle.
Look, for real. Like, your name Aaron. Okay, cool. Your name Aaron. Okay. or is your, huh?
There are those of us who are lucky to have a non-binary name. Kelly can be male or female.
Look. I don't care if your name is Jay Quellen. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, Jay Quellen. You know what I mean? Right? I'm just saying, like, you got a name, like, we're going to call you your name. We're going to call you by your proper noun, not some noun that you're going to take out of English and apply it as in a singular tense. No, I'm good with that. Your name, Jay Quellen. That's it. Shit, y'all around here playing with me with all these different names. And see, look, Miss Kel, this is why they can't handle us older folk, because we like what your mammy and your pappy called you. They called me Junior. Your name Junior. Come here, Junior.
Right. Come here, Junior.
Get your behind over here. They don't call me that no more. I'm calling you that today. If you don't respond, that's on you. I got $100, Junior. I bet you bring your ass over here. I said, Junior, I got $100. You have your ass over here quicker than motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, I'm 54. Those knees don't bend too well anymore. So, take it for what you will.
Look,
yeah.
Hey, look.
And don't dare ask me what my husband's name is, because his is asshole right now. So,
Look. Hey, I stopped skateboarding in my 20s. I threw them knee pads away a long time ago.
You ain't the only one. Skateboarding, hell, I haven't seen a surfboard in 30 years.
Right? Shit, y'all around here playing with me. Yeah, that's what your name is today. Jay Quellen, Aaron, or whatever your whatever your proper noun is. That's what you gonna be. Ain't gonna be all this other stuff. We ain't doing that extra stuff today. I'm too old to be bending and twisting and twigging and all that. Whatever y'all want to call them things doing today.
I'm too old for games, and that I got to be too old for games when I was in my 30s. I got tired of the whole mess.
Man, look,
I don't like people that much. Are you kidding me?
Look,
no damn games.
Look, I love playing Bubble Trouble. You remember they get a little Bubble Trouble?
Yes, with the bubble in the middle.
I'll play some games
right now.
Some Sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tiddlywinks.
Well, I never really liked Monopoly because my sister was freaking cutthroat at that thing.
Hey, Monopoly, man, look here. The Yahtzee, real Yahtzee.
Uno. I loved Uno. Still do.
Check it out.
Battleship. I love beating the hell out of the boys with Battleship.
Speaking of Uno, oh my God. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
I was in a department store the other day, right? Look, I went down. I was saying I made a turn down the turn down the aisle, and I saw Uno. Wow, I haven't played Uno in a minute. I was like, shit.
Yeah, I'm
gonna play some Uno. Check it out. Right next to it, Dos. What?
Really?
Dos.
Oh God.
Dos. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dos? Where they do that at?
I've never heard of it.
Made by Mattel, same company made Uno.
I don't know. I like my Uno though.
I'm tripping. I'm sitting here looking at this little blue box, tripping like Dos. The hell is this?
No, that's one of our power outage games. If we have a hurricane come through or a storm come through or whatever, Uno, Battleship, and just regular ass cards.
Man, look.
Those are our staples here for blackout games.
Look, Dos. I'm like, man, look.
Dos.
Look.
They gonna come out with Trace, Nick.
Man, look, let me find out they do a trace. Let me find out. Look. By the time we move on to the next life, they'll have a 20. Like,
Yeah, right.
who's gonna hold 20 cards in their hand?
Uno, dos, tres.
You don't go through all of them.
Cinco de Mayo, so we play a Cinco.
20. You got 20 cards? Damn. Look,
That's a big hand.
like
We're gonna be here a while, folks.
yeah, like you look, you already about to lose this. You got 20 cards in your hand. You about to lose big time.
You got to lose that game. Because if I catch you with 20 cards in your hands, you are hurting a pup.
Hey, look, speaking of hurting. And you got too many cards in the hand. Apparently, the president of the United States or a member of his administration decided to usher out their own Uno cards and dismiss the entire investigative team that was working on Hunter Biden's IRS case.
Yeah. Now, this broke this evening from Sean Davis. I know quite a few of you know who Sean Davis is. He is a reporter. He's been around for quite a while.
Is he with the Federalist?
I thought he was with the Federalist. I think he's with Citizens Free Press now.
Okay.
But it says a Biden administration whistleblower informed Congress today that the entire investigative team working on the Hunter Biden case at the IRS was removed from the case today. The removal was specifically requested by the Department of Justice.
Actually, yeah, Sean Davis is the CEO of the Federalist.
Yeah. Like
so
I said, he's been in the business for a minute. It's been a while. And yes, I do respect him. He's usually dead nuts on for reporting information.
Like, look, so now, to our favorite statist friends that happen to lean left, I remember there was a time where they talked about Donald Trump. You can't get rid of Mueller because that'll be obstruction of justice.
Exactly. But
look,
we can remove an entire investigative team who's working on your son's IRS fraud case. Sure, what about that? I wonder, is that going to make it harder or easier to indict Hunter?
Honestly,
because they've already got the
know.
records. The grand jury already has the records for indictment.
Right. You know what's funny though? Like as we're talking about this Democrat machine, I'm gonna let y'all just run with that a minute, right? You guys do know the other day that the you know that the Washington Post admitted the quiet part out loud about the 2020 election and Zuckbucks, right?
No.
Yeah, Zuckbucks were used to turn out Democrat votes, basically to push an election in 2020.
Yeah, we knew that already.
But they admitted it out loud.
Wasn't it something like $400 million?
Yeah, they admitted it out loud.
Yeah, we've known this for at least a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was used in the Atlanta area. It was used in several areas that were under contention. So, it just, all of this stuff is coming to light, folks.
Yep. All of it.
How do you eat your crow, guys? You take it with mustard or not?
I hope that's flatbread.
It might be. I'm not putting no rosemary or nothing on it, but
right, the web, right, the whole wicked web of all of this is unraveling, right, and the Democrats, and I'm just, it is what it is, right? It's the Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, they weren't exposed soon enough.
Yeah.
Right, in all of this, right, because this would have been exposed in 2020 when it was all out there on Front Street.
Yeah.
The populace would not have been duped, right? So, I mean, look, we can go back to the official premise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of Trump and all that. The election was rigged.
Yeah.
Right? We can go to that premise and look back now on what's coming out and ask that question again, because I think the responses from a lot of people will be different, knowing
Not
what's
just that
out
it
there
was
now.
rigged. Not just that it was rigged, but that there was widespread interference, election interference. And everything that's coming out right now is proving that there was.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, but no, Trump's a liar, pants on fire. No, he's not.
No.
When you've got Zuckerberg spending $400 million nationwide, but literally in certain areas that they want to overturn.
Right. Through Facebook, targeting through Facebook, right?
Targeting through Facebook, okay? Mm-hmm. When you have the FBI involved and the CIA involved in getting signers for that letter that said that the laptop was all Russian propaganda,
right,
and they're using their damn titles. That's Russian. That's not Russian interference.
That's election.
That is election interference.
But let's go back to the Zuckbucks, though, right? Because let's make this clear, right? Let's make this clear, right? Mm-hmm. Zuckerberg used Facebook, Zuckbucks, right, to influence the 2020 election. Right?
Yes, he did.
Meanwhile, conservative and libertarian content was being censored on the same platform. Now,
yes, it was.
Right now, didn't Twitter get accused of doing that in 2016 and running up to 2020? Yep. Everybody's like, oh, no, they're not censoring you. They're not censoring conservatives. And I'm sitting here, I'm watching it. I'm watching both teams being censored.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
And we look at this whole thing as like, guys, you're getting played like a 3-string fiddle, like a ukulele, right? Because now that it's come out that WAPO said it out loud that's what Zuckerberg did. Now again, let's go back. Was the 2020 election rigged? I mean, look, they accused the Trump camp for using Russian propaganda on Twitter to win the election. That was one of Hillary's claims. That was one of Hillary's outright outlandish claims, was Russian propaganda by Donald Trump and people in his campaign, Carter Page, and all that stuff. They threw all that out there and then censored people that brought the truth. And now here we are. Like, I'm sorry, like y'all know. You know what I mean? This is about integrity. This is not about Trump. This is not about any of that. This is about integrity, right?
Especially elections integrity.
Right. Now, when we're looking at 2020 and what happened on 2020, the result of 2020, and I'm not talking about the political ramifications. I'm talking about the physical violence that happened at the Capitol on that fateful day on the 6th. Right, is a result of people being told they're liars, they're a bunch of cheats, they're a bunch of terrorists, they're a bunch of white supremacists. It's like, we're sitting here watching it, we're telling you what's going on, you want to deny them, and now all the shit comes out. All those people on January 6th need to be released that are still locked up. The people that have been charged, their charges need to be nullified and tossed out. Yes. And the ones that stand in trial right now, all cases need to be dismissed, because all the shit that is coming down the pipe right now, that is showing that election was set up the way it was, and all the players in the game are coming out, right? Those people are vindicated. Every last one of them are vindicated.
Yes, they are.
And I dare someone to challenge me on that.
I absolutely agree with you. There's only so many people that you can lie to at one time, especially when you're building your lies on sand, and that sand is at the water's edge.
Right. Erosion's happening, right?
Yes, it is. Oh, it's eroding fast right now. It's eroding fast.
And to top it off, Miss Kell, the Durham report. Mm-hmm. The Durham report came out. Now,
yes, it did.
I read a little bit of it.
Uh-huh.
Right. And literally, I look at it this way, right? The Durham report really spotlights the PP tape. How it was bullshit ass propaganda. That was the real Russian propaganda, right? That Adam shit walked into and got conned into. Yeah, I said Adam shit. I sure did. Right? Because he was the one walking around telling us, I got a PP tape of Donald Trump. I got all this stuff on Donald Trump. And I'm like, show your shit, bruh. And look, it's how many years later?
Incontrovertible proof.
Yeah, but look, where we at? What are we, 7 years out from that accusation? 6 years out? And still ain't seen shit.
Yep. And he won't ever show it. He didn't have anything.
Right, yeah, and our statist friends on the left are sitting here still, well, we're going to still get Trump. I said, you just had a motherfucker that just destroyed the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's destroyed your whole thing.
Yes.
Right? Here's the other part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Clinton and their team, right? Mm-hmm. Notice how during that whole thing, during the whole Russia collusion thing, right? How Clinton was so steadfast on Danchenko.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Y'all remember that? The whole Danchenko allegation?
Yeah. Igor Danchenko. Yep.
Right?
He was the source. He was the one who gave us all the information.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who told us how to find it. About that.
Yep.
Same thing with Michael Sussman, although Sussman was a Clinton campaign operative. And Kleinsmith, who was, I think, the only one who actually caught charges and was found guilty.
Yep, he was the one that changed the documentation.
Yeah.
He was the one that forged documentation, basically, right?
Yeah.
You know, the Steele dossier, right? Mm-hmm. That so-called described these sexual activities was debunked.
But
right?
It wasn't just sexual activities; it was also criminal activities, as far as attempted bribery and financial scams and all this other stuff that were supposedly going on in Russia and in China.
Right. But here's the other thing, right? And this is what I got, you know, from what I read. I probably read 60 pages of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or listened to it. It played back to me. This report proves, one, the IG, right? The IG was biased because the IG sat right there and said that, we don't see any political bias in the FBI and things like that. You go read the IG's report on Crossfire Hurricane, and you read part of the Durham report. You will find out the AG, what's the Maury thing? What Maury says, you are a liar. But anyway, I'm gonna keep rolling with that a second, right? But here's the other thing, right? The Durham report discusses that the GOJ and the FBI were politically manipulated, right? The evidence. Literally, right, and people are going to probably blow their heads when I say this, right? But again, right, this is about integrity. This is not about picking a team. This is about integrity and telling the truth, people, right?
Yeah.
The evidence vindicates Trump that this was a well-orchestrated hit job by the Clintons and other government officials with a predisposition to investigate Trump. And this leads all the way in, right? This leads all the way into politician saying we're going to impeach him as soon as he is sworn in. It goes back that far, right? Y'all remember Maxine once, we're going to impeach him, and Rashida Tlaib, we're going to impeach the motherfucker, and all this, right? It all stems back to that. And all of this is being laid out.
Yeah.
Because Durham also said in his report that the FBI had no basis to launch this investigation, despite James Comey. They had no reason to. And I'm
like, had absolutely no reason. And what he says here, it says, among other items, the Durham report criticizes the FBI's inability to corroborate any of the Steele dossier, which contained a series of salacious allegations about Trump and his possible ties to Russia. He likewise criticizes the use of the dossier as a basis for securing a warrant to spy on then-Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. He also criticized the Bureau for failing to provide a defensive briefing to the Trump campaign before moving ahead with the investigation.
Yeah. Yeah.
The FBI, whose actions were dissected by the report, noted in a letter to Congress that the episode happened under prior leadership. So they're going to throw James Comey under the bus.
Yep. Someone's got to be the scapegoat for this.
Mm-hmm. And that, the funny thing is the reaction from the FBI right now is, well, we've changed most of everything that was pointed out in this report. It shouldn't have happened in the first damn place.
Right. That's exactly right.
That's the problem. And every single person who was involved in it should be taken down immediately. And I realize that most of the players involved, like Page and Strzok and Comey himself and a few others, they're already out of there. But you know what? There are charges for this that should be placed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why is it that everyone gets away with crimes except for those who really aren't committing crimes? Why isn't Hillary being charged for submitting this, knowing it was all lies?
Yeah. Yeah. All of it. The whole thing was lies. But and the thing is that the statists left. Mm-hmm. They will roll past this, act like nothing happened, and find the next blunder to go after Trump for.
Oh yeah. See, he just said that. He just said that. Look. No.
Look what he said on CNN. He told all these salacious lies, and I'm like, I guess Anderson Cooper, here's a note for you and your network. Maybe y'all need to eat some crow right now, because everything that was just laid out completely contradicts everything you said. But you won't be honest with your listeners, right?
No.
And this is why CNN has no integrity. Amongst real people that have common sense, you have no integrity. You have no standing with them, right?
Because why they have no viewership too.
That too, right? But look, Fox is right down in that hole too with them. The Fox is right in that hole with them too.
They blew that hole in their own life raft. I've got no pity for them.
Yeah, none. That's what I'm saying. They're all on the same agenda. If the people haven't figured that out yet, they haven't figured it out. Hey, check this out. I got a funny before we go to break. I got a funny.
Okay.
Check this out. Joe Biden, check it out. Joe Biden finally graduated from an HBCU. You know the HBCU he said he went to? Right? He said he went to Delaware State, right? I went to an HBCU and
oh my God.
What you did what, bro? And you remember no one even flinched when he said that. And I'm like, I'm looking at all the people on my Twitter that went to HBCU, and I'm like, wait a minute, I went to HBCU, and I'm the only one mad that he's trying to watch this, Miss Kell, culturally appropriate HBCU. right? He gonna culture appropriate. Y'all ain't gonna call him out, but y'all gonna say white folk is culture appropriating when they walk around with the pants underneath their ass, right? Oh, okay. You don't want you want that type of cultural appropriation, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder, because it was that long ago. I gotta wonder if he went in blackface.
No, look, he got an honorary. Check this out. And it's ironic, right? He got an honorary doctorate from Howard.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Look. Who graduated from Howard?
That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head. I keep thinking it's Obama.
Kamala Harris.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. Yeah, so, that's right. Because Obama went to, what was it, Chicago or Northern Illinois, one or the other.
He went. I think he went to NIU. But look, the picture. Oh my God.
I just
check this out. Check this out. This picture. I ain't even gonna lie to you. The picture is literally straight out of Django. If you ever seen Django, the picture is straight out of Django. Straight up out of Django.
Okay. Hang on just a second. I'm checking this out. I got to see this mess.
Like, what? No, before you comment, Miss Kell, before you comment,
okay.
Let me know when you see the picture.
Okay, it's coming up. Give me a second. No, I don't want notifications. Close that.
Wait.
I love what Duke says about it. Dude.
Look. We'll go there in a second, right? But look, okay. When I say this was Django, unplugged, unleashed, like
Unchained,
look, check it out. What says nothing? What says white supremacy no more than Joe Biden being dressed by two black men?
In robes, no less.
In robes, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep, I went there.
Okay. Now I'm curious. Did he ask one of them where his hood was?
Ooh, you wrong for that. Ooh.
I'm just asking y'all.
I'm going to. I am going to actually. I'm going to try to send it. See if I can send it out on the bot so everybody can see what we're.
Oh my God!
To see what we're talking about. This is too funny.
I was watching some of his speech and he's on stage and I kept thinking about my sister's remark about marshmallow and a bowl of hot chocolate. But yeah, I have to wonder if he kept asking where his hood was.
I don't know if that went across, but I hope it did. I still have to work on that bot. But that's the picture. Yeah. If y'all can get that, link, if it popped up, you're gonna see.
Yes, it did. It popped up.
But here's the thing, right? And again, just like the thing said, right? What's he got a degree for from HBCU? Locking up Negroes? Well, look, Kamala Harris went there, right?
Kamala Harris went there and she did the same damn thing.
Hello. So they got a PhD in locking Negro up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, God.
It's an LNU degree. Let's be kind.
Hey, I guess his thesis was on how to create white supremacy. Hey, look.
Well, he did a good job of it with 100 people that marched as soon as he said that thing about white supremacy.
Look. He said,
group of FBI agents.
Look. He didn't want his children going to school in a racial jungle. He didn't want his children bust with these people. He didn't want no bus with predators.
And there's Kamala Harris. But I love yellow school buses. I'm sorry, I forgot the hyena laugh. God. I gotta wonder if she learned it from Michael Jackson.
Oh, no, look. All that weed smoking to Tupac or Tupac. She said Tupac.
When she was in college,
She said Tupac. Like
Tupac when she was in college.
Oh my God.
I'm an old white broad and even I know it's Tupac.
Oh
God.
Like,
and I know damn good and well you you weren't in college when you did Tupac.
Right. Because if she would have been listening to Tupac,
Tupac and a lighter.
if she would have been listening to Tupac. I can't. She should be listening to Tupac growing up and coming up in college. When she went to Howard, she would have known locking Negroes up was not a college course.
Well, evidently it is because he just got a degree in it, and so did she. Because she did a damn fine job of representing her alma mater out there in California.
Oh God.
Damn, that's bad. We going to hell, Rod. We both going to hell on this one.
Look.
Damn.
Look,
true though.
Look, I mean, look. All of Joe Biden's degrees, right? We have to redefine. There's rhino. Mm-hmm. We got to redefine this. There's rhino, and then there, the Republicans try to say, oh, they're dinos. No, this is degree in name only. Not Democrat today. It's degree
in name only. Yeah.
Oh God! Oh my God!
I'm sitting here looking at this picture, and I have to wonder what these gentlemen thought while they were dressing him in.
Oh God!
draping the stole around him. I wonder if I could pull it a little tighter. Maybe just a little tighter. A little tighter? I don't know. Would he notice? Would it make a difference?
No.
Because he's already dead. I mean, my God, the man looks like he's been in the grave 3 years.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Well, that just...
this is insane.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Like I said, in the back of my mind, I have to wonder if he's waiting to ask where his hood is. Or better yet, where's Robert? I know I saw him earlier.
Where Robert? He out back with Massa.
Robert Byrd. Paging Robert Byrd.
Paging Dr. Bird. Paging Dr. Bird. Exalted Cyclops Bird. Did he fly away on his cart? Was he a mockingbird or an eagle? He probably was just a little Tweety bird, little parrot. Because that's like he did. White supremacy. But anyway, I digress. We got to go to break. We got to do the thing. So make sure y'all get your cheese, wine, and crackers when we come back. We're gonna talk about some local government and what we need to do to turn this damn thing around, because we need to start putting the middle finger up to the federal government. So we'll be back here in 6 here on good old Southern Liberty.
Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks closed higher today as investors continue to monitor debt ceiling negotiations. The Dow closed up 48. The Nasdaq finished 80 points higher. The S&P 500 added 12. Meanwhile, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, in a letter to Congress, said the U.S. could default by June the 1st if no debt ceiling deal is reached. A report from the New York Federal Reserve shows factory activity slumping this month. An EU antitrust regulator has given the okay to Microsoft's $75 billion deal to buy gaming company Activation Blizzard. That's a win for both companies. And are you ready for some streaming football? Peacock has announced that the service will carry one NFL playoff game exclusively next season. This deal marking the first postseason NFL contest to be shown primarily on a streaming service. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Karen McHugh, invested in you.
Do you want to know what's trending now? You can defer payments of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. No payments and no interest for 6 months. This is a big deal. NetSuite by Oracle has never made an offer like this in its 22 years as the leading cloud financial system. 33,000 companies have already upgraded to NetSuite, gaining visibility and control over their financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. Everything they need to reduce manual processes, boost efficiency, build forecasts, and increase productivity across every department. In fact, almost 90% of finance leaders agree that NetSuite helps them reduce manual data entry time. Whether your business generates millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, take advantage of this special financing offer of no payments or interest for 6 months at netsuite.com/quick. That's netsuite.com/quick. netsuite.com/quick.
Again tomorrow. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Another White House meeting set for tomorrow afternoon between President Biden and congressional lawmakers on the debt ceiling. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy insists Republicans did their job.
We raised the debt limit. We're protecting. I don't know. Maybe his secret plan is to wait till the last minute and pass our bill. I'm okay with that.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer warned of what could happen if the U.S. defaults.
The value of retirement accounts, which Americans spend their whole lives, every 2 weeks, every month, every 6 months, putting that money in so they'd have a decent retirement, would nosedive.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the U.S. will run out of money as soon as next month if lawmakers don't reach a deal. An update on a deadly shooting in northwestern New Mexico.
Barrick Crum, deputy chief of the Farmington Police Department, says 3 people were killed and several others, including 2 officers, were injured when an 18-year-old unnamed male opened fire in a neighborhood.
They were able to stop his actions at that time. The suspect is deceased.
A Farmington police officer and an officer with New Mexico State Police were taken to the hospital.
They are both receiving medical care at San Juan Regional Medical Center, and they are in stable condition.
Officials not sharing many details on the investigation, calling for anyone with information on the shooting to come forward.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. Authorities in Virginia say a man armed with a bat walked into the district office of Congressman Jerry Connolly, asked for him, then assaulted 2 of his workers. Fairfax City police say the victims are being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect's in custody. Congressman Conley says it is unconscionable and devastating that someone would take advantage of his staff's accessibility to the public to commit such an act. America is listening to Fox News.
This episode is brought to you by Transitions Light Intelligent Lenses. From screens to sun, face the light confidently with Transitions Light Intelligent Lenses. Responding to the light around you, they seamlessly change from clear to dark when you go outdoors and back to clear inside. They're also available in a wide range of stylish colors so you can express your own personal style. Empower yourself to take control of your light anytime, anywhere, indoors and out. Learn more and shop now at transitions.com.
Chicago has a new mayor.
It's a new chapter in Chicago politics.
I stand before you today as the new mayor of the nation's 3rd largest city.
Brandon Johnson is sworn in as the 57th mayor of the city of Chicago.
The people of Chicago are counting on us to work together.
The 47-year-old mayor, a former Cook County commissioner and organizer for the Chicago Teachers Union, was little known when he entered the mayoral race in 2022 before ousting Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Johnson says his top priority remains building a better, stronger, and safer Chicago where all residents can live and work free from the threat of violence. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Well, that's hurdle for Activision Blizzard and Microsoft to cross as their almost $70 billion merger deal clears the European Union's regulators on consumer affairs.
Microsoft making some concessions to the EU in the proposed merger between the Xbox maker and Call of Duty maker Activision Blizzard King, including requiring ABK's games to be available on competing cloud gaming services. The European Commission says that the, quote, commitments will fully address the competition concerns they identify and will show an improvement for cloud gaming. Microsoft said of the commitment that the concessions, quote, will apply globally and allow gamers to play on any device they choose. Globally, the deal has been approved by most countries, with the exception of the UK and the United States, where the deal faces an uphill battle. Eamon Dignam, Fox News.
Last month, the UK Competitions and Markets Authority blocked the deal, citing monopoly concerns in the emerging cloud gaming market. Microsoft has promised to appeal that decision. Vice Media is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. It has agreed to sell its assets to a consortium of lenders in exchange for $225 million in credit. Other parties will also be able to submit bids. I'm Lee Silasera. This is Fox News.
Do you want to know what's trending now? You can defer payments of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. No payments and no interest for 6 months. This is a big deal. NetSuite by Oracle has never made an offer like this in its 22 years as the leading cloud financial system. 33,000 companies have already upgraded to NetSuite, gaining visibility and control over their financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. Everything they need to reduce manual processes, boost efficiency, build forecasts, and increase productivity across every department. In fact, almost 90% of finance leaders agree that NetSuite helps them reduce manual data entry time. Whether your business generates millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, take advantage of this special financing offer of no payments or interest for 6 months at netsuite.com/Fox. That's netsuite.com/Fox. netsuite.com/Fox.
Welcome back, Southern Liberty. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us this evening. Again, if you have not subscribed to the show, make sure you do the things you subscribe to this show. If you can't find it on the web by searching Southern Liberty, just go to RoderickThreets.com and you'll find everything you need right there. RoderickThreets.com. It's where you can find all the shows, times, and all that good stuff. Appreciate you. So I want to mention one thing before we get into talking about local government a second. Do you know what the Charlemagne Prize is, Kel?
No. I know who Charlemagne is, but I don't know what the Charlemagne Prize is.
Okay, so the Charlemagne Prize is an award that's given out in Aachen, Germany, right? Okay. It's awarded for distinguished service on behalf of European unification.
Okay.
Guess who received that award yesterday?
Who?
Volodymyr Zelensky.
You're kidding. Yeah. Okay, so the guy who just canceled the elections in Ukraine was just given an award in Germany, no less, for being a uniter of people. Huh. Yeah. About that.
I mean, they gave him an award for being a good little Nazi.
Pretty much.
Yep, I said what I said. I mean, the people that have won this award over the years
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know, we're talking going back at least a decade. Anybody that was even decent, right? And we're talking about people like Jean-Claude Trichet, right?
Okay.
People like Andrea Riccardi, that's won this award, right? People that actually did work, right? What's that one politician's name from Ireland? Patrick Cox won the award.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Blair won the award in '99, I think.
Wow.
You know what I mean? There's been some distinguished people, but the clowns that they've had that has won this award,
Mm-hmm.
you know, over the last 10 years have all been political hacks.
I was just thinking the same thing. Hacks, it sounds like.
Right?
Good
I mean, the person that won it last year, what's her name? Civitana something, right? She ran against Lukashenko, right? And it was like, yes, I'm glad she ran against Lukashenko. And it's like,
no.
Right? And I think another guy that was won it. I hate not having the internet on this side. There's that Romanian politician.
Oh God!
Back in 2021, that was very, very loud against Donald Trump winning the election. Klaus something, is his name. But you know, him and the other cats, Emmanuel Macron won it, right? But anyway, that's neither here or there, right? But that kind of tells you how far to grace this award even means. But the fact that they awarded it to this Nazi.
Yeah. Like I said, the man literally just canceled elections in his own country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this is just crazy. But anyway, yeah, he's going around strong arm robbing governments. You gotta support me, big bad Putin. Oh, you hate Putin, right? Ooh, and he's strong arming governments for billions of dollars. I got to build
us for
Ukraine.
120 so far.
I got to build Ukraine. No, you ain't building shit in Ukraine. Watch this, Miss Kill. Unpopular opinion. Y'all ready for this one?
Go for it.
Watch
you notice
this.
He's got that redneck term real good. Watch this, Miss Kill.
Mm-hmm. Watch this, Miss Kill. Mm-hmm.
Famous last words of a redneck.
Right?
Hey, y'all, watch this.
Look. Ukraine is going to cede into Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Watch. Ukraine, I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I have this gut feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had this weird feeling that the United States is going to make Zelensky pull out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they are literally going to pull. Right? They are literally going to pull an Ashraf Ghani.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and those of you that don't know who Ashraf Ghani is, he was the president of Afghanistan before the Taliban came and walked in. And the reason I mentioned Ashraf Ghani is because he got away with millions of American dollars.
Yes, he
millions,
did.
even upwards of billions of dollars. He just all of a sudden left the country and disappeared. Ain't no one seen Ashraf Ghani anywhere. He just poof, bitch, be gone.
He stole enough money he could change his entire body surgically and nobody would recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing is, and God, I hope you're wrong, but I have the deep-seated feeling that you are not. There's enough money floating around right now in the Ukraine. You figure we've given them at least $120 billion. The UN has given them at least $20 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And with the U.S. saying, "Oh no, we're out of armaments. We can't give you anything else." What do you think that's going to lead to? I think what you've said is the only solution to this. I think that Ukraine is going to be absorbed by Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And Volodymyr Zelensky is going to vanish.
Yep, because the last track they tracked him was in Uzbekistan. Now, those of you that are familiar with Uzbekistan,
yep,
right? Uzbekistan is very, very, very heavily Western influenced, aka United States, heavily influenced. Like, I'm just saying, right? Because even, and those of you have heard my theory about Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have heard my theory about Hitler, right? How all of a sudden he was removed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They said, "Oh, he suicided himself."
I'm not so sure about that. I've never been sure about that.
But listen to what I'm saying, right? CIA.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And yes, I'm throwing all the smoke. I want all the smoke. Right? CIA was or ISS was very heavily involved in Germany. Heavily involved in Germany during World War II. It's it's common knowledge. Right? I mean, look, what was it? Operation Paperclip? Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, this is common knowledge. I just gave you the name of the agency first, and people probably react like, "Oh, the CIA Operation Paperclip, CIA operation." Right? But anyway, and then, right? This guy, right? The Shah of Iran, right? Let's look at the Shah. What they did with the Shah, right? The Shah was removed. And no one heard from the Shah again. The Shah again ran with a whole lot of millions of dollars from the United States. No one seen the Shah again until he died.
Yeah.
Right? Look at what you know what I'm saying?
Look, this has happened over and over and over again. The fact of the matter is, though, the U.S. has wanted a regime change in that part of the world for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so certain that they wanted it to go to Russia, though.
But right, and here's the thing, right? And Ukraine is complicated for them, right? Ukraine is complicated because it's land that Russia gave them to build to create the country of Ukraine, right? And the Russian history alone that is there, right? The history of the Crimean Tatars, right? That is in the region, right? Well, I'm telling you,
wasn't it Catherine, Queen Catherine or Tsarina Catherine that was stationed down in God, what was it? It was one of the port cities. Something Pool. And I don't think it was Vashtapool, it was something else. It starts with an M.
Mariupol?
Mariupol. There it is. I think it was either Mariupol or Vashtapool. But she is from there. Of course the Russians want it.
Right.
There's a lot of history there for Russians.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? This right here is another destabilization, tuck and run under the guise of NATO by the United States. I mean, look, people might sound like this is a far out theory, but I mean, if we look at the timeline, right? You know what I mean? In the United States history on people running away with our cash and disappearing out of the blue. Look, Volodymyr Zelensky, He's a little bit more public with it and over the top with it because people need to see. And all of a sudden he goes missing. Oh my God, what happened to Volodymyr Zelensky? Nah, bid. Nah, he's collecting money. He's pocketing some money. And Putin, we're going to back off. We're going to back up. We're going to back all the way up. Yeah, they ain't backing up. They doing the end around. Russia's doing the end around, right?
Yeah, they are.
And Zelensky is going to make his escape. Putin doesn't want Zelensky. He doesn't want, because look, if he wanted Zelensky, he's got the capabilities to get him.
Oh, yeah.
People think Russia is stupid.
Dead, no. And the fact of the matter is, if Putin had wanted Zelensky dead, he'd have already killed him.
Yep.
He'd have killed him before he ever fired the first rocket.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, y'all don't seem to understand, and I'm not saying for the most part, I'm saying there are some people out there who don't understand. When Putin says, he doesn't need to be breathing anymore, that person generally tends to not be breathing anymore in a very short period of time.
Right.
And it usually doesn't take very long, and it's usually horrifically painful.
Yeah.
He likes
poisoning and, all different types of poisoning. But plutonium is his favorite. Plutonium poisoning is his favorite, though. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, ricin works, too.
Ricin works, too, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So again, I'm before we move on, I'm gonna say it again for everybody and drill it everybody, right? Zelensky is planning an end around with our money, and he's going to take off and run, right?
Yep.
Now, look, I want y'all to really understand this a second, right? They're trying to say our dollar ain't shit or won't be shit, but we keep giving it to Zelensky to go take it somewhere. Where is he taking it? Where is he spending it? I want y'all to think about that a second. Come up with your own conclusions. I'd love to hear them, though. You can email me, torchoflibertymedia@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your input on that. I even posted on Patreon. Now, we got 15 minutes left, and I want to talk about local government. And I have a challenge. And me and Sonny Johnson, those of you that listen to Patriot Radio XM 125, and you listen to Sonny's Corner on Saturdays, you know who Sonny Johnson is, Tea Party, all that good stuff. She's gonna basically do a lot of the stuff and get it organized and stuff. But we're gonna create a resource for people to engage with local government, right? And cool. Questions and answers, right? Because again, right, we have to, at this time, we have to steer ourselves away as enticing as the federal government is, and the way they got us thinking like, we don't need them doing that. We keep forgetting about the little people that we vote for in our backyard, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right? We can all turn out, right? We can all turn out 64% strong for a presidential election, but only get 2% of the voters at a municipal election. While they sit there and sit there and usurp our money and taxes from us. And you're like, oh my God, can't believe they do this. Well, did you vote in the last election? Well, I didn't know when it was. Well, hello, you're not doing your civic duty as a citizen.
All
you're not being civic.
Yeah.
You're not being civically engaged. Yep. And here's the thing, right? And here's the thing. Most municipal elections happen in the odd year. Keep that in mind. Most of your municipal elections happens in the odd year.
Yeah.
Right? On purpose. Because they don't want to interfere or have people short-sighted on the federal government and going down, and that's how it should be, right?
Yep.
But people ignore the municipal elections. And then they get a tyrant mayor like the mayor of Chicago in there, and people don't know what to do. Right? What happened? Right. Look, we were talking about what last week, the border, huh? Talking about last week, the people in Chicago, like, the border. Oh my God, that border. I said, hey, you know, that Taco Bell commercial, you better take my advice. You better run for the border. That's what they did. And they came across the border. You heard me? They bringing Taco Bell and Don Juan and Air Force Ones with them. Okay. Like,
well, okay. but when you're talking, excuse me, guys. My allergies are really kicking up today, so I'm coughing and sneezing and nose is running and everything. I'm sorry. The problem with cities the size of Chicago, when you only have between 2 and 7% of the population voting in a local election, you have nobody voting.
Correct. Now, mind you, right? Chicago is, I was looking up earlier. Chicago is right at 3 million people.
Yeah, I was thinking it was 3.5, somewhere in there.
Right, it's actually like 2.9. Is it? It's like 2.697, something like that. Right, we just rounded up to 3.
Okay, so it's less than 3. It just rounded up to 3.
Right, and you only have 70% of those people that are of voting age, right? And let's just say all those people are registered to vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only 3 to 4% are showing up to vote in a municipal election.
Yeah. It happens everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and then people bitch and scream when their local taxes go up and when the school districts do what they're doing as far as taxes go and as far as their general budgets. Y'all need to understand that it's not just voting for your mayor. It's not just voting for your town or city council members.
Right.
It's also having input on what your tax rates are. It's having input on what parts of a county are going to be annexed into a city. It's having input on what your budget is going to be for the year and what the planning is going to be 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road for your county, for your town, for your city. It's all of that. And if you're not engaged in it, if you're not voting in your municipal elections, you have absolutely zero right to bitch about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've kept my mouth shut locally because they don't want to hear me, but I do watch what's going on.
Right.
And they know me. If I see something that goes too far, I will step up and run my mouth. And I will tell them exactly what I think. I have no problem with that. Am I running for office again? Nope. Did it twice, don't want to do it again.
It's a pain in the aspirin.
It is a pain in the aspirin. But if it comes down to it and it's necessary, then I will.
And that's the thing, right? We either got to get people that want to run.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or, you know what I mean? Or, I mean, look, we run ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Because and I'm going to beat this drum until the it gets beaten to the ground, right?
That poor old skin on that drum is going to be so dry and dusty and dead.
Look, Generation X, it's up to us.
Yeah, it is.
It's up to us to save this. You know, we either get our kids to run that haven't been indoctrinated yet.
Mm-hmm.
We get them to run for local office. I mean, hey, we got kids, you know, winning mayoral races at 18 years old.
Absolutely. They are old enough.
And handling business, too.
Yeah,
right? Because here's
absolutely.
the thing. Right. And those of you that you know, has never ran for office or think it's like some daunting task or what have you, right? The thing is that, you know, the only thing you need to bring with you is your integrity, right? You can build a team around you to help you with those other things that you don't know about, those decisions you don't know about, right? And I can only speak for myself, right? Because look, I'm not an economics guy. I know basic economics, but I'm not an economics guy, right?
No, I'm not either.
Right. But here's the thing. I can find a cat that is on game and can, help me out. Right. I can look to people for help. That's the importance of a team, right? The president has a cabinet, right? The president doesn't know everything. He has a cabinet to help him with these things.
That's why in your municipalities you have financial officers. You have a treasurer. You have people who handle all of that. All you need to do is keep it in order.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was a pain in the ass running, but I will say this. I had an absolute blast doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I adored it. And the fact of the matter is part of it is because I enjoy talking with people. I don't like people in general, okay? But you get me in a crowd setting, I have no problem talking with just about anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is that outgoing, I guess. And I'm not normally outgoing, but I am when it comes to this and when it comes to politics. The only thing you need to know is what's going on in your area.
Right.
What's going on in your town? Where do you think the improvements could be made? And I don't mean get on the Karen hotline and say, oh my God, they're not cutting the grass on the corner. No, that's not what I'm talking about. If you're that upset about it, get on the board for your county services.
Right.
And get them to increase the schedule if the grass on the corner is not being cut enough. And if it's not being cut enough, you can find out why. Maybe it's a financial issue. Maybe it's because the business on the corner is supposed to be cutting it themselves, not the county or the town. And they're not doing their job. Correct. There are all kinds of avenues to go with this, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it could be as simple as, running for zoning and planning commission.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Exactly.
Right? Zoning and planning commission, right? Very, very powerful commission. Because remember, I've talked about a little bit of the zoning planning commission before on here, probably a year or so ago, but zoning and planning determines how your neighborhoods are laid out, the type of funding, the type of police coverage. Like, you have a lot of responsibility being part of the zoning and planning commission, right? What new businesses, right, come into the area? Where are they going to be setting up shop, right? I mean,
what
these
are they going to
little
have for housing for their employees? What are you going to do for roads in and out of those businesses and in and out of those housing districts?
Yep.
It affects everything.
Yep. So, I mean, it's important. Even the small stuff is just as important as being on the city council. And I always suggest to people that are getting into it for the first time, and they're kind of like, okay, I need to get my feet a little bit wet. Run for zoning and planning commission.
Yeah.
Right. Run for something like that, right? Because here's the thing, right? You're diehard party people, right? This is where they're going to influence and send money to their buddies. You want to talk about corruption on another level? You go to a zoning and planning commission meeting and you sit there and listen at the corruption and the handshaking between the uniparty on who's going to get what type of contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to end this part of the segment with this before I end it with a what I'm going to call a gotcha bitch moment.
Okay.
You will be hard pressed to find a municipality that shouts, "We got to tax the rich," right?
Yeah.
That will go to their state legislature to tax people that owns municipal bonds.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be hard pressed. And that's kind of maybe some homework for y'all to go do, right? In your leisure. Look up municipal bonds and who actually buys those bonds and see how much influence they have on politics in your local area.
Exactly.
How much influence they have over your zoning and planning commissions. How much influence they have over your police commissions.
Mm-hmm. Your fire departments even.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about crony capitalism on a whole nother level?
Yeah.
municipal bonds and your local government commissions. I digress. Hey, Miss Kell, I got a gotcha bitch moment for you. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know how they've been targeting Clarence Thomas?
Yeah.
Right? Check this out.
They've been targeting that poor man since he was nominated.
Look, one of the nonprofits that is campaigning against Clarence Thomas has raked in about $100 million in 2020, right?
Okay.
Watch this. The CEO is the wife of D.C. District Attorney Matthew Graves, who is prosecuting every single January 6th case.
You're joking. Oh my God.
Wait, what's it saying? Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
The guy that is prosecuting all the January 6th cases, his wife is the CEO of a nonprofit that is.
Oh my God.
That is doing the smear campaign against Clarence Thomas. We won't talk about corruption on a whole nother level here, are we? We're not going to talk about moving the hands of justice, the balance of justice, right? And to invoke their own version of judicial supremacy, are we? Oh, that's not what we're doing. No, not at all.
Isn't that fascinating? And yet nobody talks about the possibility of this judge recusing himself. Huh.
No, the district attorney. No, the
district attorney. My bad.
The U.S.
yes,
attorney
he can recuse himself as well.
Yeah, the U.S. attorney. Yeah.
U.S. attorney. That's right, U.S. attorney. But there's no talk of recusal for him, is there? In spite of his wife's involvement in this.
It changes out. His wife was also involved in the Rockefeller Foundation. Need I say more?
Oh yeah, that's. Well, I'm gonna say I'm not shocked. It's crying shame though.
I mean, go ahead.
Well, no, nobody's going to take steps to have this U.S. attorney recuse himself. Nobody's going to take steps to charge him with ethics violations. Nobody's going to take steps to even investigate it. Because as far as I'm concerned, that is an ethics violation.
Now, look, are we going to talk? Are we going to talk about Jenny Thomas again now, or what, or nah?
Yeah, right. About that, y'all. I have to wonder if that's the reason that I haven't heard a whole lot about Jenny Thomas lately. Because somebody picked up that connection.
I mean, look. They
I mean, because look, let's be honest. Jenny Thomas has always stayed away from any cases that might have been before the courts. She has always stayed away from any possible shade of influence as far as that goes.
Here's the thing, right? This lady, this Fatima Goss Graves, right? She is a nationally recognized leader in the fight for gender justice and an expert in law, policy, and culture change.
Wow. We're not far left, are we?
But believe what you will. Right, people? Believe what you will. Right? She's also the president. Now, listen, the nonprofit's name is the National Women's Law Center.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's her thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And they
I have to wonder
actually,
because it sounds like she's an attorney on her own.
she is an attorney on her own. Yes. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Okay, I have to wonder what her connection is with the Clinton and Obama presidencies.
That's a good question.
Because you don't rise to that position without having influence somewhere.
Right. Right. And look, I just went over to their website right now. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about the Supreme Court. And they're talking about ethics violations.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They're talking about the Dobbs decision. Like, I mean, look. How many times are we going to, you know what I mean?
Oh, you took our toy away. You took Roe away from us. It was our toy. It was all shiny. Yeah, quit whining.
Now I'm curious, who was on their board of directors? Because that was
and like I said, I wonder what her connection is with the Obamas and the Clintons.
Yeah.
What was her name again?
Fatima Goss Graves. So I'm looking at their board of directors right now. And I am not seeing anybody that actually stands out.
Okay.
I don't see anybody that actually stands out as far as the political realm is concerned. But I do see a lot of oh wait, Anita Hill is on.
Okay.
Man, see there we go. See, look at this. We do research.
Okay, so that's the Bush administration now. Anita Goss Graves is among the co-founders of the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Anita Hill's a board member on this place. Yeah, and I saw that Anita F. Hill. I'm like, oh, they try to play that off. No, that's the Anita Hill that accused Clarence Thomas. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic?
Oops.
Wow. So this is the mounting. Man, this is the mounting of the whole. Wow.
Huh.
This is it. Her husband. So you want to talk about ethics violations? Whew.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look, man, oh man.
I'm actually looking to see further into her profile.
This is slimy. I hate doing research in real time.
Yeah.
This is slimy.
But wow.
This is slimy.
Okay, and I'm going to her Rockefeller Foundation profile. Doesn't have a whole lot. This is wild, y'all. Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's an interesting name on that list, too. Elizabeth Schuler.
Yeah, she's the president of the AFL-CIO after Trumka. She was elected after Trumka. Yep.
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And Margaret Huang from the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, not at all. Like, literally, no, not at all.
Oh,
no.
my God.
Yeah, we got to circle this out.
Yeah.
We got to do the things.
This is fascinating.
We got to do the things, but yeah, there you go. If y'all want something to look into besides what I asked earlier, I mean, look into this National Women's Law Center. This is, yeah. I mean, it's the Anita Hill thing was enough for me. I was done at that point. Like, I already know why they're targeting Clarence.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That alone. But some of the other names on here, yeah, it's... Wow. Shirley Sagawa, presidential appointee in both the first Bush and Clinton administrations. Deputy Chief of Staff to First Lady Hillary Clinton. Wow. So they've got their little fingers in the pie, too.
Yeah.
I told you there was a connection there somewhere.
Yep. Whoop, there it is. Hey, we got to roll out. We got to do the things. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming through this evening. Make sure you guys come back tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. for the experience today with me and Miss Val. And I'm going to say the cliche quote, I won't know what we talking about until tomorrow. So y'all know when I find out. But anyway, look, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Keep your eyes to the sky. All the dirt's coming out. Just make sure you're using windshield wipers to wipe the mud off your glasses as you laugh and said, told you so. And we continue living life forward. Until next time, life, love, liberty, and happiness. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Southern Liberty Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others. Post about it on social media. Subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.bpmg.us or leave a rating and review on iTunes. To catch all the latest from Roderick, you can follow him on social media at manofjustice007. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.